Hi, everyone. This is James Cruz sharing poems of healing and hope with you. So, today's poem is a poem of my own, actually, and this one is called Meditation Class. And I wanted to share this poem in part because meditation has really been a saving grace for me throughout the pandemic. There are certainly days when I don't feel like doing it, I don't enjoy doing it, and days when I still feel like I'm somehow doing it wrong, that I'm not doing it the way I'm supposed to be doing it. But I've learned that, if it gives me relief, if it allows me to slow down and pay attention, then it's worthwhile, even if I feel like I'm not fitting into the box of a particular kind of meditation. And the meditation that I practice would be more in line with Vipassana or insight meditation, where I'm just sitting in silence with my eyes closed and really paying attention to my breath as it enters and leaves my body, just as an object to come back to when I inevitably get caught up in thoughts or worry or thinking through this or that about the future. I just come back to the breath, and sometimes I'm sitting on my cushion, sometimes I'm just sitting on the couch with a pillow propped against my back so that I'm sitting a little more straight up, but with my legs stretched out. I think there are many, many different ways that you can choose to meditate. And the people that I talk to, especially in the mindfulness and meditation classes that I teach, often tell me that they get really intimidated by meditation because they feel like they have to sit on a particular kind of cushion in full lotus at the same time every day for 2 hours, when really meditation should be something like a creative writing practice that you do out of joy, that you do because you actually relish the silence and stillness. It shouldn't be another source of worry or fear or something that you use to beat yourself up about. So that's kind of how I approach meditation. But I wanted to share a poem that actually was the first time I was introduced to meditation, that I saw a group of people meditating together. This was when I lived in Portland, Oregon, on a very rainy night when my life felt very out of control. And I saw all these people meditating together and really thought, I want that. I want that peace. And it wasn't long after that the universe saw fit to introduce me to meditation through some friends and different videos that I came across online. So it was very fortuitous that the seed was planted, and then I was able to follow up on it. So this poem is called Meditation Class. I paused in the rain outside the storefront, though there was no sign, only the image of a lotus on the steamed-over window. Inside, rows of people crouched on cushions, eyes closed, their legs folded beneath them. Some were mouthing what I took to be a mantra, something in Sanskrit perhaps meant to make them hum as one with the universe. I wiped the fog from the glass and saw a statue of the Buddha on a shelf, laughing at himself, laughing at me standing there in a puddle under a pine tree that kept dripping on my head, keeping perfect time with my heartbeat. The night seemed to slow the longer I watched those students going nowhere and doing nothing together, until there were no more worries about the rent, no sick parents or ex-boyfriends, only a car passing by on the slick street, the sound of something being torn in two. So I think a lot about that moment, that the seed of meditation, desire to learn more about meditation was planted in me. and that final sort of image of something being torn in two. It is the sound that a car makes on a slick street. If you really listen, it sort of sounds like a piece of paper being torn in half. And I think that image feels apt to me too, because it feels like there was the first half of my life before I really learned to slow down, pay attention, and meditate. And then the second half when I was able to just be a little more mindful of everything. You know, my husband will be the first to tell you that I am not mindful about everything, that I am by no means a perfect meditator, and I don't think that exists. But I do feel like it's been a great gift for me, and something that I urge everyone to at least give a try. You know, turn off your phone. Just do your best if you can. If you're privileged enough to have the time and space, even just 10 or 20 minutes, once a week could make a huge difference. So I think the invitation of this poem is perhaps to think about times in your life when you encountered something and you felt it as an invitation, or you felt that it was planting a seed in you. And maybe describe that time, and see if there are any practices that have really helped you through these past difficult and very long months in some ways. So thank you all for listening. I hope you stay safe and well.